Hello, everyone. Welcome to Three Dudes, One Zoom. Today's April 14th. It is 7:52 for a lovely evening edition of the Three Dudes, One Zoom. I am
Easter
TJ.
edition.
It's a couple days out. Hope everyone had a happy and blessed Easter. I'm Teets. We're here with Tyler and Cory. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Thanks for saying hi for our audio listeners and just doing that. That's real good. So first, a word from our loyal sponsor. We'll get a new sponsor for Thursday. I heard Stickium. We all need to stick things together sometimes. We have the perfect product for you. One use of Stickium will keep two things together forever. Results may vary with a relationship, so go buy Stickium today. Stickium, Stickium. Stickium.
Hey, I used Stickium this morning too, and it's great stuff. So
Still stuck?
I highly recommend it. Huh?
Stuff still stuck?
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
great. A lot of people say it's like glue. Not even close. It's
No,
completely
it's
different.
superior.
Completely
It's
different.
much better. So we're gonna start off tonight's podcast actually with some more serious, deeper topics. First, condolences to Colby Cave and his family, and everything for those that don't know, suffered a brain bleed. He
Terrible.
died a few days later. 25, played for the Oilers.
And the
Just
Bruins.
Bruin. Yeah, he was a prospect for them, right? Originally, right?
He
It's
scored he scored his first NHL goal with them.
really sad. It's just you hate to see something like that in sports, especially when like it's tough to really honor him right now without games. But there was a cool for his funeral, I believe it was, where they all pulled over on the side of the road,
Yeah.
all the cars. That was a nice little salute to him. So thoughts, guys?
I mean, like, it's just too early, man, and it's just terrible. There's no other way to put it. It's just a tragedy,
Mm-hmm.
Sad to
especially
see.
during this time of like where everyone's just down. It's just horrible. Poor kid.
Yeah,
His family's gotta be grieving hard
I'm
now.
sure. I mean, the whole city has. Or I mean, especially a town like Edmonton, where all like the Oilers are their team. Like that's
That's
the
it, yeah.
Yankees for them.
Mhm.
So it's definitely touches home real tragic. So condolences to him and his family. Now,
Yeah, it's just sad, no other way to describe it.
So on to some other news that's not as sad but still serious. This past Sunday night, Easter Sunday, what a Easter Sunday that was for Kyle Larson. He was on a Twitch iRacing stream, and he said some words that would never be said by anyone on this podcast for sure, or anyone shouldn't ever be said by anyone. And he said the N-word. It was recorded. He didn't realize he was on air. He thought he was muted.
Regardless,
Which
shouldn't have happened.
Rough.
yeah, you can't say that. And so the whole chain of everyone thought everyone would run from him. But kind of surprising is a couple sponsors stayed on for a little bit.
What was that? I know McDonald's stayed for a little bit longer. I know Chase dropped them right away.
That makes them look bad.
Capital One stayed, but then they clarified they're staying with the team as long
right.
as
long as he's
Chip,
not driving.
as long as he's fired. And today, Chip Ganassi Racing announced they fired Kyle Larson.
Yeah.
Chevrolet also dumped him yesterday, so he won't be able to ride in Chevrolets anymore, which he's ridden in his whole career. It's stupid what he said, and like he's getting what he deserves for sure. Thoughts, Tyler?
I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. He said what he said. He apologized, but everyone's gonna back away from him because it's a whole PR nightmare. No one's gonna want to deal with it, which kind of sucks. It's sad that to see a talented driver after one mistake, everything is going to be ripped out from under him after one small thing. I get it's a horrible, shouldn't have been said, but the kid's life's going to be torn apart now.
I mean, the one thing, and I know, Lil C, you're not big in the NASCAR world, so you only kind of saw the headlines, but like you still know the ramifications of something that in sports.
Yeah. You don't have to know NASCAR to know that's fucked up.
For kids, this show, so we'll bleep out that F word. Go ahead. Anything else?
Well, I didn't know who the hell this guy was, first of all. So when I first saw it, I was like, who the hell is this? But then, I watched the video. You just really have, especially today with social media and everything, you really got to watch what you're saying.
For sure. Along with not saying that word in general.
Well, yeah, obviously, but you just shouldn't happen. And now, that kid's life is
But the one thing that benefits him is he owns a racing team, Kyle Larson Racing, and there will be no penalties against him in World of Outlaws. Because he's an owner, and they're not going to strip ownership and punish his drivers for what he did. So there might be a fine. No, I get that reason. And you're like World of Outlaw, they're usually younger. You're not going to take their rides away. They didn't do anything. And you're not going to strip up of ownership because then the money's gone and then they lose the team anyway.
Yeah.
So
it just sucks to see.
And it's really because there was a lot of speculation that Kyle Larson would leave Chip Ganassi and come to Hendricks.
Yeah.
And now his career is
anymore.
done. He's done in NASCAR.
Tony Stewart might pick him up. I've heard rumors.
But Stuart Haas won't allow that. Haas will block NASCAR. He's suspended indefinitely from NASCAR. So even if they signed him,
like, I get everyone makes mistakes, but like this is like completely blown. Like I understand it's terrible. I do. It's awful.
I mean,
but, like they like come on.
Especially the sport of NASCAR. The one thing they got to look out for, and I don't know if my mic. All right, guys. Sorry for that technical issue. We are back here. Slight audio issue. Tank, you were saying Kyle Larson.
Go ahead, Tank.
I don't know where I left off. So like,
well, okay.
How it shouldn't be the end of the world for the guy. Pretty much.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's that bad. Like I mean I understand like it's terrible, but like the man's career is gonna end because of one word.
It does make NASCAR look bad. Well, him too. It makes both parties look really bad because like.
Yeah, well, it made NASCAR look bad because they were like, it's just inappropriate language. It should have been like, it's racist.
No, but that's what every league calls it. That's the major issue with this whole thing isn't that it's inappropriate language. Well, that's the underlying issue, but the general or universal issue for NASCAR is they've been trying to kick this whole stereotype that they're just a bunch of racist Southern white boys from North Carolina that go racing, and they were doing a pretty good job of it for a long time. They're like. Bubba Wallace was becoming big in the sport. Women were racing. Daniel Suarez was coming. He won an Xfinity championship. They were really becoming like
even Kyle Larson's Japanese, like.
But they weren't. There wasn't even the talk anymore about them being just a bunch of white guys that go racing in their races. Racist. It's all right back. I should get that copyrighted. Racing racist. But
other than hearing it from you guys, I haven't heard it from any. Like, is it all over the place?
I watched it on ESPN twice this morning.
It was on First Take. Stephen A. Smith was talking.
First Take sucks, bro.
First Take's also a highly watched sports show, though.
Well, yeah, but I hate that show.
Why do you hate that show?
Because I used to. Who's on it now? It's Stephen A. and who are the other?
Max Kellerman.
Max Kellerman.
Skip Bayless, and they just give me a headache, bro.
I hate Skip Bayless.
Yeah, I was like,
that's a different show, though.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what show is Skip Bayless on now? What is it called?
Skip Bayless.
Undisputed.
Undisputed.
Yeah.
Is it like the same thing, but just?
Yeah, it's the exact same show. Yeah, there's no difference.
Two different people.
Creative. They're creative.
Here's what they do is they bring up a topic on Undisputed and they talk about it. And on First Take, they bring up a topic and they talk about it. Yeah.
Well, usually what happens is one person agrees and one person disagrees.
They're on at the exact same time, too, I think. I think they both come on at like 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning.
One's on Fox, right?
One's on Fox and the other's on ESPN.
Stephen A. is definitely more famous than Skip Bayless, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Sure.
Just because he's been around longer, he's been relevant.
Skip Bayless, for a guy his age, he's in good shape, though.
No one knew about Skip Bayless. I didn't know about Skip Bayless until a couple years ago.
What do you mean?
I've always known about
Skip's been around.
I never knew about him.
Just like
as a personality.
I had no idea about him. Always knew about Stephen A. Smith, though.
Well, Stephen A. was on a show with Skip for years. I only watched half the show.
Stephen A. is funny, though. He's funny.
I like Stephen A. I mean, he's one of those guys you either love him or you hate him, and that's what draws people.
I hate him.
Yeah, I know Tank hates. There's a lot of people.
Like
But you. I mean, as a Knicks fan, like you understand why he's so
Tank,
angry.
do you know who Flight is? Oh, he's on like his TikToks are all over the place, but he's like a YouTuber and he like plays games and reacts to stuff, and he's just so stupid. It's just funny. He has a whole montage of him just breaking his controllers. They're so funny.
Sounds like an idiot.
He's so funny.
It's wonderful.
But yeah, I don't even remember the last time I turned ESPN on. Definitely not for this horse shit, right?
That's a good point, Little Seed. I mean, the last time I watched it was for games, but that was we're referring to the ESPN.
I didn't horse. Who the hell would want to? Even if I was fucking bored out of my mind, I would not want to watch
First,
NBA players play horse.
First of all, the camera quality, like I go to a community college, we have better cameras than whatever the players were using on those. It was terrible. The fact that was allowed to broadcast.
I would completely miss shots just so I don't have to compete in it anymore.
And did you watch any of it?
No, I looked it up and stuff, but like I didn't watch it. I was like, I'm not wasting my time.
There was one I was watching one. It's like Zach Levine for like 10 minutes was like explaining the shot he was gonna do. He's like between the legs, up and over, flip it in.
I'd rather watch NASCAR than that.
Well, NASCAR's great, so.
But yeah, why are you dissing NASCAR over that?
Back to the NASCAR.
They're a bunch of racists.
Shut up. Back to the thing that hurts NASCAR too is they were on such a good media streak with this iRacing, and then this happens on iRacing. It's like you got to be kidding me.
Isn't Barstool with NASCAR now too?
Yeah,
what are they doing?
Barstool Racing, I think.
Rubbin is Racing is their podcast. Not a rival of ours. It's an ally in our fight to be famous.
Love Barstool.
They don't know about us. We know about them, so we're friends. What's it called? They sponsor Clint Boyer and Haley Deegan, and they're going to sponsor.
They sponsored Matt DiBenedetto last year.
They're sponsoring Boyer at whenever they race Talladega this year too.
Yeah.
So they're getting into bars. I mean, they did Daytona both the last 2 years there, which was a big event. Davey does Daytona. That was what he brought. Brought Debbie the Uber driver.
Yeah, Debbie the Uber driver.
Funny, if you don't watch Barstool, you're stupid.
Yeah.
And if you call him misogynistic or racist, you're even stupider. If you listen to our last show, Mitch is one of those people.
Yeah.
So
he'll be on Thursday now on Thursday he'll be on the show probably to defend himself.
I don't know if I want him on.
Yeah?
Oh, I can't listen to that again unless I have Advil by me, sure, but like.
Did I say that out loud? No.
Oh, is this being? Oh, I should hit record, shouldn't I? I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, I'm like,
Cory, good.
Both
recording.
No, Tank.
No, I knew exactly. I knew you were recording.
Yeah, but this ESPN thing's terrible. But this is ESPN now. It's like if they can put the NBA on TV, they're gonna do it no matter what the product is.
Like I get it. You're just trying to pump out new content during this time when there's no sports, but like.
You literally could have made that a tape show, sent one crew to everyone's house to limit exposure, and made a better product.
Yeah,
that was
bad.
Terrible.
I think us three playing horse would be better content than that.
Just go to the high school gym. Just throw some shots.
Tell me those guys don't have iPhone 11s that can't record better quality? Like,
what was it, like Androids?
No, it was worse. It was like, you know when you watch those like America's Funniest Home Videos from like the 90s?
Like
and the dates on the bottom with the time?
That's a great show.
All-time great show.
Bob Saget was the host, right?
Now.
Oh, the new one's terrible.
Yeah, terrible.
I don't watch the new one.
Yeah, the old
pre-2010.
Yeah,
Doesn't Carlton
it's
Banks
Carlton on there. Yeah.
Nope.
Carlton Banks. I don't even know his actor's
Alfonso
name,
something.
name.
Carl Banks, former linebacker for the Giants in the 80s.
Carlton.
Oh.
Remember at Savannah's Sweet 16 when my dad was like, "Oh, what's the Will Smith dance?" I'm like, "Dad, it's not Will Smith. That's Carlton."
The Will Smith dance.
Savannah's
he sued
Little
Fortnite
C's.
Over that.
Hold on, Savannah's Little C's little sister. For those that don't know, she had her Sweet 16 about a month
We definitely
ago.
mentioned that before. Like
just in case we have a first-time listener to this episode who may not know, I think it's right to let them know.
I think he copyrighted that dance and he sued Fortnite for taking it.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I think he had it.
You should. I'm not condoning people killing themselves, but if you sue Fortnite over them stealing your dance and you go to court and that's like in a suit and tie type of thing, there's a car with a bridge somewhere. That being said, don't kill yourself. If you need mental help, reach out to someone you care about.
You guys should get Fortnite.
No, I had Fortnite.
No, Tank has it.
I have
it on my PS4.
What happened?
I had it on that too because it was free, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It still is free.
Do I have it on my PS4? Yeah, I do.
Yeah, we played together once, I think.
I don't know. Probably.
It's terrible. Cody loves that game. Cody's my neighbor. He might be on a future episode. Ryan is a friend of ours who plays hockey.
Hey, Cody Thursday?
Maybe. Possible. Highly possible. Highly questionable. Another ESPN show.
I hate that show.
Didn't know that.
We should go do an episode trying to naturally bring up as many shows as we can.
What's the one show? It's like Spanish. I don't know. It's like with an old guy. Is that it?
Yeah.
I would wake up at like 4 a.m. and that show would be on. I'm like, what the hell is this?
I mean, for those that speak Spanish like me, it's very useful. So,
Like you?
yeah,
Yeah. How much Spanish you know, big guy?
hola.
¿Cómo
And
Yo
estás?
hablo
BNE2?
inglés.
BNE2?
Muy bien. Gracias. Look at that.
No bueno.
You're
Or
not good?
no.
Why not?
That means no
Why not?
problem.
No mall. Or no. Something.
I
A lot
know.
of Spanish.
I know.
Nada.
Como te llamas?
Como te
Me
llamas?
llamo Jaime.
Jaimes.
It's
Jaime?
Jaime. It's Jaime.
Is it?
Jaime?
Jaime.
Jaime?
That works.
You know what Tyler's name
Different.
is in Spanish?
Turtle.
Tyler.
Tank.
Know what Cory is in Spanish? Oh, that's really
Annoying
mean.
piece of garbage.
I was gonna say something really bad.
What?
I was gonna say piece of shit dirtbag.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Mine was good, but that too.
Sorry,
That's
Cory.
my middle name. Oh wait, no, that means that would be your first name.
I thought your nickname was Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity, or is that just in middle school? My bad on that one. That's awkward.
Great pancake. Actually, I never had it, but I can imagine it's good.
I would
Just
think
with that name.
most people would agree with that. All right, so we'll move on now to our final topic because I have no idea what the hell we're talking about anymore. The NFL draft is coming up. When even is the draft? Like the 28th, I think? Something like it's at the end of April. We'll go with
Yeah,
that.
they're trying to do it online now, right?
It's going to be online, yeah, because of the whole virus
That's so
thing.
shitty. That's horrible.
But I mean, to be honest, a bunch of fantasy nerds are going to love it.
Oh, love it.
You know, like it's going to be, I can't think of the movie. Where he's like, this
Draft
is what.
day?
No, he's like, this is what. I can't. You know, it's not a movie. It's a Bill Burr skit when he's talking about his pit bull. When he gets in the house, he starts psyching up his pit bull. And he's like, in your head, you're like playing with your dog, but in his head, he's at the right before
He's
they're
at the
running
Super Bowl.
the Rose
This
Bowl.
is what we live for.
Never watched them. I've only watched what's his name with the puppets.
Jeff Dunham.
That's
Really?
the only
You watch
comedian.
Jeff Dunham over
That's
Bill
the only
Burr?
comedian I.
You don't like comedians, right?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, I never watched, or I watch Hannibal Buress' comedy special because I like Hannibal Buress. But
Does your father hate comedians? Stand
I
up?
have no idea.
Someone hates
So
stand
good.
up.
I just never watched him, but
He's funny. I
He's
would highly
hysterical.
recommend Bill Burr, friend of the podcast, soon to be.
Eric Andre is.
He
good
has
too.
a
Doing
podcast.
casserole.
No, he has. That's about domestic violence. That joke, fair warning. He has a podcast that's like the Monday morning podcast, and then he has another one. It's like the Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast, which comes out on Bill Burr on Thursday afternoon. It's not a rival; it's an ally.
This guy walked by me and stepped on my foot. I would not know him. I don't know what the guy looks like.
Steve loves him. My neighbor Steve. They have the same sense of humor.
Yeah.
So he's probably funny then.
He's hilarious.
It's hysterical.
I think he's really funny. Speaking
Did you
of Bill,
see, if you look up funniest comedians on Google, it's all males that come up, and if you look up the least funniest comedians, it's all female.
Ah, jeez. Yeah, women aren't funny.
Tank, you want to expand on that sexist comment?
Women aren't funny.
This podcast doesn't condone sexist comment. Women can be funny.
Women aren't funny.
I happen to know
Women comedians are not funny.
I happen to know women that are very funny.
What women comedian that's famous do you know is funny?
I'm not. I don't.
That's what I thought.
I'm not
and
prepared
how many can
for
you
this.
name offhand?
I'm talking friends I have that are female that are funny.
You have
I didn't
female
say
friends?
that. I said comedians that are women that are funny.
Right?
There
My
are
mom
none.
counts as a friend. Sure, we'll go with one. I don't know. There's got to be some that are that we just don't know about.
Oh, she's not funny.
Amy
Maybe
Schumer's
female-
not funny.
Oh no, she's horrible.
That's her name. That's the only
She's a
one I know.
pig.
Someone's funny. Steven Crowder. He's funny when he goes after Amy Schumer.
She's a pig.
She's
Nasty.
She's not. I just don't think
Damn.
she's funny.
You know, my
She's
goal-
not funny either.
Her Netflix.
My goal is to get her as a guest on here, so
To
that her and
defend
Tank can have
herself?
I met her.
a comedy battle.
Where'd you meet her?
She came to Delhi
For what?
for a comedy show. She was terrible.
Well, that's like. To be fair, the girls up in Delhi are a bunch of Amy Schumers.
Oh yeah.
So it's like
It was
they-
terrible though.
they-
Like she
they-
was
There's gotta
preparing
be some
for
good
Saturday
ones.
Night Live. There's not. Amy
At
Schumer's the only one
Delhi?
I can think of, and she's terrible. Oh,
What?
you're talking about girls? At Delhi?
Yeah.
There's not many.
Shout out SUNY Delhi. So speaking though of Bill Burr, big sports fan, big fan of the New England Patriots. They will be drafting this year in the 23rd spot.
Quarterback.
But
No.
they're not
They
going to
should
go.
they should tank and then get the number 1 pick next year. Get
That's not
Trevor
gonna
Lawrence. That
It's
would be prime.
it's not going to shock me if they try. I could see Bill Belichick trading up for Tua. I don't think Tua. I'll say right now, Tua will not be a good NFL quarterback. I watched every game of him in Alabama. He will not be a good NFL quarterback. He's a good
He keeps
college
dropping in the draft. He's already
'cause he's
back down to
hurt.
5 now.
He's just had and this one he's at 8 CBS. But he had hip surgery. If he didn't have hip surgery, he'd be a top 3 pick.
I
I
don't know.
only
He's too small.
let's see.
No, but quarterbacks. What? He's too small.
Yeah, isn't he small?
No, he's not that small. He's not Drew Brees small.
Oh, I thought
That
he was
being
smaller
said,
than
if you
that.
could have Drew Brees on your team, you'd take him any day of the week. But Drew Brees
Any
is
day of the
small.
week.
Drew
Out
Brees,
of
great quarterback.
out of anyone in the draft, I only know him and Burrow.
Burrow's going number 1.
Yeah.
I
Just
I literally
unfortunate.
only watch hockey.
That's really good for our podcast, Lil. So maybe like
And
Did you see what
wrestling,
Joe
but you guys
Burrow
don't
came
wanna
out
talk-
today and said? He said I haven't lost. He said I'm a winner. I haven't lost anything since I was 5 years old.
Yeah, I like that attitude.
that's the Brady, but they're all trying to copy Brady with that. Like Brady had the greatest line ever when he shook Bill Kraft's hand when he got drafted. He said, "Hi, I'm the greatest decision your organization's ever made." And
And that
Here,
look.
this is the quote here.
he left.
I've never had a losing season in sports from the moment I was 5 years old. I'm not a loser. Joe Burrow's on the big podcast with Shaq.
That's true, though. He's not. That's the thing
he's
that you
not.
like about the kid. The number one, like, you can have everything in the world. If you can't win, you have nothing. And Joe Burrow's,
And
like,
he's not lost.
he's in one real season, to be honest. He's played one real college season with LSU. And he was amazing all world. But could he do it for 2? We'll never know. And now he's going right to the NFL.
We'll see. I don't know.
I mean, right now it's like the consent. It's like Chase Young will be up there. Isaiah Simmons will be up there. The
Jets take
Jets. Let's see.
That-
Sadid Lamb.
Oklahoma wide receiver.
Sadid Lamb. The Jets need weapons. Just so you know, there's only Giants and Jets and an unaligned fan on this team. On this podcast. And
Cory
we are
doesn't
a
watch
team.
football.
He's unaligned. We are a team, this podcast. One for all for one, until one of us abandons ship, then we all scatter. Justin Herbert's going to be a big wild card where he gets taken because I think he could be a good quarterback, but he's a system quarterback. If you put him in the wrong system, like he needs to be in a system that's built just for him with a lot of weapons to ever be anything, I think. I think Burrows has the potential to be like a number 1 guy who can lead an offense. I don't think Tua. I think Tua's got talent, but I just don't. He's not an NFL quarterback. He reminds me of a Tebow, a Manziel type guy. A lot of flash, and it's like I don't know.
Bang.
Like it helped him at Alabama. He played with the best players in the country. That automatically helped him. And I don't know. It's just I have my doubts with Tua, and with the Giants, they're definitely going to need to address. I think Simmons out of Clemson's like they have to take. Not that they have to take him. If Chase Young's there, you're going to consider, even though he was a no-show late in the season when it mattered. But Simmons out of Clemson, he's going to be like he's a type of player that can come into a defense, take over a defense in his second or third year, and really become that game changer the Giants need. The Giants have no talent on defense. The offensive line's getting better. It's something they can definitely address in the second and third round. But the defense is atrocious. If they don't address the defense, then they're never going to win games. That's been the Giants win games historically by stopping the run and by running the ball, keeping their quarterback up and knocking their quarterback down. It's all built from the lines and the blitz. If they get that back, they can be contenders in a year or 2. If they don't, then they're never going to be contenders.
Jets suck, so.
And that's your football commentary for the.
They got nothing, bro. You got a quarterback who's scared.
But give Donald weapons. I still think you need a line around Darnold that will keep him up, and they're
Yeah.
going to get close. They should get better. All of
Yeah.
them. Darnold gets a year better. The defense wasn't terrible. I don't remember what it was ranked last year. I
It
don't
wasn't
remember.
terrible, no.
I mean, I watched the Giants defense, so anything other than that was pretty good to me. But the Jets, I still think Darnold's a legit quarterback. I still think, and
Yeah, I do too.
so I remember the year before he was drafted, like after the draft before him, I said the motto next year is "Suck for Sam," and they
Yeah, I
got
remember that,
Sam.
and we got him.
So,
And I thought he was going to be better, but he's also on the Jets, so like it's hard to
but
watch. And
he's also a second year. Was this his third year?
this will
Second
be
year?
his third, yeah.
Third or
Right?
second?
No, this will be his third. This coming will be his third.
But he's still quarterbacks need time, and in the team like the Jets that don't have a culture, that don't have anything, it's going to take longer. If say Darnold came into New England the year he came to the Jets, and then next year was going to take it, you would have more faith in him, not because of his talent or anything, which he has on either team, but because of the system he's coming into, and you can trust the people instruct him. The problem with the Jets is you don't know who's telling him what.
Yeah, I understand that. That's the issue. There's no one. There's no. Well, you got coaches taking orders from people way above that shouldn't be giving any information out, and they can't do their own job, and then they do bad after 1 year, and then they're fired. Like there's no structure.
That's what I'm saying. There's no cult. There's no one given a chance to establish a culture.
Right.
Like the Giants, I don't think have the best culture right now,
Yeah,
but
it's better than the Jets.
I think it's starting to turn around with the new coach.
Yeah.
I think he's going to bring in a whole new, like the old school Giant way that we're going to run the ball down your throat. And this guy, the Giants coach from Saban, from Belichick, he's the type of guy I think you could really like. This could be a good coach on his first team. Now, will he stay with the Giants and really realize his potential with the Giants? That remains to be seen. But you hope that maybe he could be something just based off who he's learned from. And just
it's completely possible.
I want it on the record, by the way, Jerry Jeudy, wide receiver out of Alabama, is a top 5 player in this draft talent-wise, and he's going to take over the NFL and add to the legacy of Alabama receivers like Julio Jones and Amari Cooper. I think he's that good. He's great. Calvin Ridley, too, another great Alabama receiver in the NFL. Henry Ruggs, too, another Alabama receiver.
What's his last name?
Henry Ruggs.
That's my favorite player. I don't know anything about him.
Henry Ruggs the third.
That's sick. Get me a jersey.
What's it called? Someone put out a thing. It's like greatest. I forget where this was. I apologize for not having it. Greatest wide receivers in their history. Like which school's the best wide receiver school? They had Alabama at 9. It's like we had the university, had Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, Calvin Ridley, Jerry Jeudy, Ruggs, White. All these guys played in – what was that, Lil C?
I just said Ruggs.
Had all these guys make the NFL. And they had a bunch of other guys that when you, like, look back on rosters, you're like, oh, I forgot he was on the team. That just – I don't know. Didn't make sense to me. But that's college football. We'll talk about that come August more, right before the season ramps up. Any more thoughts on the NFL, boys?
No, I don't think the season's going to get played.
I think it will. Whether there's fans or not either. Probably won't
remain to be seen.
Yeah, there's something that just came out today where it's like next summer will probably be the first, like they might resume like sports as normal with fans and everything.
Next summer, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense, but I want
it
this
no, because
summer. But
the vaccine, they're saying it takes like 18 months to develop a vaccine. That being said, thoughts and prayers with everyone suffering from the virus. And right now, we're praying for you, hoping it ends soon. I don't know, it sucks. It literally ruins everything. I want to go to Dairy Queen the other day. Couldn't happen.
In Florida.
Bullshit. Get the hell out of here. You're such a dick.
Little C wanted to go, and I wouldn't go because there's a pandemic going on.
Oh, the ice cream stand's open in Florida.
Is it really?
Hey, really?
Little C, that's more doable because that's 5 minutes from my house.
Yeah, that's a good place, too. I like
it, yeah.
It's expensive, but...
Yeah, well, what are you going to do?
Yo, who's trying to make a
Local
run? Oh,
businesses.
it's 8:29. Never mind.
They close at like 9 or 10.
Yeah, I don't know
Normally,
when they close.
I
but
don't know what hours are now.
I don't know.
Why are you trying to go?
I'm going no matter what, but you're not welcome. We'll see.
We can go tomorrow.
What's tomorrow? I think I have some. Oh, I have like. We'll see.
I'm down. I got nothing. I got nothing to do.
All right, for people listening at home to the podcast, every morning I send out the topics, and I sent them out at like 7 a.m. this morning.
Listen,
Little
Some
C's
people
like
got plays to do.
Little C's.
That too.
No, I'm not coming at you, Tank. I'm coming at Cory.
Cool.
Corey's like, he's like, every night I'm bored. Midnight, I'm falling asleep. My FaceTime starts
Listen.
buzzing. I'm bored. Look
From
up
the
topics. Read sports news.
I sent you 2 topics Saturday. One of
Colby
them didn't-
Cave.
I'm a little mad about.
Yet you had nothing to say in the NFL today, though.
How would I?
What was your topic?
I think Dowdy versus Carlson's a good argument
All right, let's
that I
see.
won.
I'd rather talk about Daddy Kachuk,
Well,
I mean,
that's
that's
a great
the-
rivalry right there, but
and I love it. But Carlson's better than Dowdy, so like, what's the
Carlson
big deal?
is not better.
It's a talent thing, Cory. It's not
Dude,
if.
They're two different
I-
players too.
Carlson,
Oh, hold on.
ever since
Hold
he got
on,
traded
hold
to
on.
San Jose, he is disappointed.
Because
is
he's
not
been
the same
hurt.
player he was. Huh?
He's been hurt.
So you'd rather take him than Dowdy?
Talent-wise,
I mean-
absolutely.
No. Dowdy is a
just-
shutdown defenseman.
No,
Carlson
he's not.
sucks at-
He's terrible
How
in his own.
How?
He is
How is Dowdy
terrible.
terrible?
Just
How?
look at him along the boards. He takes lazy
How?
plays. He rims the puck out every time. He
is-
doesn't go hard back in the
he's a-
corners. Dude, every rookie in the league
Frustrated.
that comes in picks on him. How can you say he's one of the best? He's the best defense. And this was whole
I'm
based
not
off.
saying he's the best defenseman in the NHL. He's better than Carlson.
Is he better than Petrangelo? Petrangelo?
No. But he's that wasn't
He better than John Carlson?
I love Carlson. No.
Is
Oh,
he
is that who you meant? John Carlson? Because then I agree with you. But
Oh no, Roman Yossi.
I haven't really watched like a lot of Roman Yossi to like You know, really.
We don't need a soap opera. Yes or no?
better than Roman Yossi.
No.
That's tough. That's a tough one.
I think
I don't know.
I think all the defensemen I named. Are
I think
better than
out of all
Dowdy,
of them,
and I
honestly-
think Carlson is better than every one of them.
Who? Eric? No. John?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, John Carlson had one amazing start to the year. And
That's
people
not
said-
true. He's
He's a great
so
player.
underrated.
He is
For
for sure,
longest time.
underrated. He is not better than Carlson.
And he's healthy, so that's.
But we're talking talent. But
You
if
got to be in the fucking games to have
if
talent now.
if everyone's healthy, you're taking Dowdy over Carlson.
In a must-win game. Yeah, because Carlson's gonna fuck up somehow.
How's he? Oh, he. What about
By
the
not
Rangers?
playing
Against the
defense.
series against the Rangers, he was one of the best players against us. He beat us. Him and Jean Gabriel
That's
Pajot
not-
beat us.
That's not that. It's not that hard. Let's be honest.
Oh, so that's different. So when he actually
What do you
does
mean?
what
Beating
he's,
a whole team, no, it's not that big.
Carlson was great that series.
Oh, well,
Again,
yeah. And Dowdy's been good for their 2 cup runs.
The year didn't they beat Montreal earlier that
Who?
year? Ottawa, where they took Montreal to
No,
the
we
Peeps?
beat Montreal.
Then the year before that, didn't they play?
Who did
against-
they beat?
The year Carlson lit up they lit someone up.
Who did
In a
Ottawa
check,
play
I forget
before
who-
us?
I don't remember. I'd have to
Who
look.
won the cup that year? Was that it?
It was they lost to
That was
Pittsburgh.
against
That was
San
the
Jose or Nashville?
San Jose. What year was that? 2016?
2017.
That was Preds Penguins.
Think about it. Off topic, but the Senators were 1 goal away from they
Dude,
lost to the Pens in Game 7, right? Was it?
yeah,
Game 7?
overtime.
That's
Dude, the crazy part about that is that's the year with Craig Anderson's wife.
yeah.
And if I'm a big believer in that, if Senators beat the Bruins, by the way, in the first round.
That's right.
and then they beat our team. We were a wild card though. They should win. We weren't that good.
Joe also lit us up too.
That one game he had 4 goals. I hate that, and he's an Islander now.
So I hate him more.
I hate
It gets worse.
But hey, his first game we beat him.
That
when he
really
was with the Islanders.
that really makes up for it.
Yeah.
Thank
Big-
God we that's what I hate. It's like when the Rangers lost to the Kings, they played them in like November of the next season, and it's like it's a revenge match. I'm like, no, they still have the Stanley. That's not,
Yeah.
I want to.
like I wanted to win too, just to be like, but it's like
That series makes me so mad.
I don't want to hear anyone say that was the closest 5-game series that's ever been played.
It's crazy because we were better in 2015 than that team, but we lost to Tampa. But our team in 2015 was so much better.
Game 7 is the most of that 2016-15 team, 2014-15
Against
year.
Tampa, you were over.
Is the most embarrassing game in the history of the New York Rangers.
On home ice, too.
And Game 5, they didn't score a goal in Game 5 or Game 7. McDonough has a broken foot. They're up with it was like 7-2 in Game 6. They don't take McDonough out of the game. Game 7 rolls around. They have to roll out 7 defensemen instead of resting him, making sure he was ready to go. You knew you were playing Game 7.
They didn't even play Dan Boyle for his last NHL game.
He's terrible. He was
terrible.
terrible.
He had 5 good games. I was like, yo, this guy, he's going.
I remember. I was first getting into hockey when he was leaving.
He was good. He had one good play against the Flyers where Yandel was behind the net. He worked it up the board to Yandel or to Boyle. He then gave it over to the point. Someone shot it and they scored. I forget the game. It was Rangers Flyers.
Imagine in 2014.
I mean,
he's so good.
Imagine Hank didn't get run over and they didn't call goalie interference too.
These are a lot of hypotheticals.
Imagine if Nash could hit the net too.
3 of the 4 games go to overtime. 2 of them double overtime.
Did
Rangers hit the post.
Big Nash guy.
If only if Nash could hit the net.
Well, maybe if the Rangers could keep other scorers like Gabrick, who happened to light us up in that series too.
And he played like shit for us.
He was good. He had
not
a
the whole
40-goal
time.
year.
Not the whole time, but and the playoffs.
Okay, well, he's pretty good in the one playoff he beat us in.
I'm talking about for us.
But you put him in the Stanley Cup, he seems to be all right. So we should just got to the Stanley Cup.
I'm talking about when you put him with us, though. He sucked in the playoffs.
They all suck.
I was waiting for when we traded Nash. When was that? 2018.
Yeah.
When we traded Nash to the Bruins. I was waiting for him to light it up in the playoffs, but he didn't.
Yeah, well, he had issues.
I was like, this dude's gonna go off in the playoffs.
It's so annoying to watch like the Stanley Cup Finals because you're like, that guy was a Ranger, that guy was a Ranger, that guy was a Ranger. It's like the Knicks. It's a garden.
The only former Ranger that has won is Hagelin.
But they play in it. They don't win it, but they play in like you watch a conference final. Look at Tampa. That's all
they choked.
But they're playing.
And we aren't.
They didn't.
Panarin.
The year they went to the Cup, they didn't have they only had Callahan
and Strawman and Boyle.
I forgot about Strawman. Oh my god,
and they gave Dan Boyle the money Strawman wanted. It was the exact same deal, but they wouldn't pay.
Where is he now? He's in Florida, right?
Strawman.
Yeah.
I love Strawman.
He's in Warwick. He's in the Warwick Roller Hockey League.
Yeah, exactly.
They might sponsor us next week. A little sneak peek.
No, but the only former Ranger I can think of that's actually won shit is Hagelin.
Brad Richards.
Penguins?
Well, did he win with Chicago after?
Yeah.
Fuck, I forgot about Brad Richards.
I love Brad Richards until he left.
He had a nice shot. If it was like a 2-on-1 and he had the puck, I'm like, we're fine.
I like Brad. We signed him like
overpaid.
We signed him like we were getting like Messier, and we overpaid, got Brad Richards. But he won 2 cups.
He was a really good player.
He had a great career.
Yeah.
2 Stanley Cups. Tampa Bay and Chicago.
Yeah, it's Hagelin and Richards. Other than that, I don't want to see McDonough win shit.
I mean, I love McDonough.
I do too. I just don't want to see him win.
You hated him for a while. You thought he disappointed.
When? Oh, well, yeah, but he was still like.
I don't know.
People thought he was going to be like a fucking Norris Trophy winner, and then
people expected like Carlson like numbers, like 80
From
points from
McDonough?
McDonough, and that just
That's
wasn't.
not
He's
a
a 40
high.
when he has a good year, he'll give you 40 points, but he was locked down in his own zone. There was no better defender
Yeah.
on the Rangers.
Yeah.
Well, Strawman.
Mark Stahl.
I like Stalzy. He's not good. I still like the guy. He hasn't been the same
What
player
about
since he got.
Girardi?
I love
With
G.
my hockey team, when we watch the games, Stahl is the most hated player. Everyone hates Stahl.
To be fair, though, if Stahl didn't have the eye injury, I think he's a completely different. He was
Before that, he was really
was
good. I was watching
great.
highlights of him.
He
Even
was
with the
so-
puck, he was fast. I was like, how did he lose his
Didn't he
speed
score
to
the
eye
OT
injury?
winner against the Capitals before?
Washington?
Yeah. If he didn't get hurt,
Is that when Richard scored to tie it up late in
with
the
a
game?
couple seconds left, and then Stahl from the point just buries one. Those were fun Ranger teams. You had hope. You're like, we're on the climb up here. It's like a couple
Hey,
more years.
I told you, mark my words, Panarin's going to have us win a cup.
I could see
Mark
that.
my words. Panarin's bringing us to the cup.
We
We're
need
gonna
a
win it.
first line center.
We do. Oh, that's another.
Who's your
Zibanejad is a
second? Who's your
number
second
one
line center? Who's your
Dude.
second line center?
Our second. Well, right now.
This is the Rangers' problem.
Who is a heel?
No, we either have one center or we have 3 second line centers.
Listen, let's just when Lundqvist and Stahl's cap is out, like
I don't know.
I don't want them.
We'll talk about it on Thursday's episode, Little C, because we're running out of time here.
Well, hey,
But Thursday might be an all hockey episode where we might just bring up random things about hockey and just start
Cool, I'm gonna
yammering.
have to do research then.
Things like I actually have to watch highlights.
Are we having a guest Thursday?
Possibly, I'll let you know.
Okay, well,
Tune in.
I just
Tune
wanted
in
to
to
ask you a
find
quick
out.
question.
Quick,
Who
you have
loves
like
presents?
that guy.
Tank,
right
who loves
there.
presents?
All right.
This guy.
Thank you all for listening. This is 3 Dudes 1 Zoom. Listen to us on SoundCloud at 3 Dudes 1 Zoom. Also on our YouTube under the same name, 3 Dudes 1 Zoom. Thank you all for listening. Have a great day. See you Thursday.
Peace out.